Hey, it's Mary and I'm back for Emoji Love Week for SpiegelMom Scraps. This week we're doing an emoji themed challenge. Here's a free cut file that you can go download. And what I did is I ran it through my Silhouette on some Shrinky Dinks. I have a tutorial on how to do this over on my channel. I'll put the link down below. So the good news is that my Silhouette did not cut through the Shrinky Dink film. If you are wanting it to cut all the way through the Shrinky Dink film, then you'll have to have a deep cut setting. But because I was doing Sharpie in different colors on the whole thing, what it ended up doing is sketching those lines that I needed and creating some sort of a barrier between the colors so that they wouldn't bleed. So it ended up turning out to be exactly what I needed it to be. I just had to cut around the outer circle on the Shrinky Dink film. And once you get it started with your scissors, it's just really easy to peel off. So I'm going to show you just coloring the first emoji, and then I'll show you some close-ups here in a second. Now these shrink to about half or three quarters of the size as what you started. So this was about 3.25 inches, and the heart was probably an inch tall, and they shrunk way down, which is exactly what I wanted them to do, to where they're about the size of a silver dollar. And my favorite is, of course, the heart eyes. So I'm going to go through some of my Hip Kit Club bits and pieces. I have this foam thickers sheet from the new Shimmerz Little by Little line. And these are some Vicky Bouton die cuts that I ended up not using because most of the ones I wanted to use had words on it, and it was already really wordy with the Amy Tangerine line that I used for the chipboard stickers. So let's get started. I'm going to go off of this sketch from Hip Kit Club. I put this together, and I'm going to take some of these Shimmerz Acritonez paints and in the raspberry color and put it down in the 3 stripes to follow that sketch from Hip Kit Club. So I love these paints. They are self-priming. However, I must have had something hard on the edge of my card because it kind of tore. You can see the lines, the 2 lines on the right, it kind of tore up the page. I'll end up fixing that later. And then once I got done putting the paint down, there was some left on my card that I just put water on and did some splattering with. And then I'll end up, for bigger splatters, just dripping some of that paint down onto the page. I loved how this turned out. It was super quick. The great thing about these Acritonez paints is that they dry so super fast. So I'm going to set that aside, and I really wanted this to be a fast layout because I injured myself last week and I'm still recovering. So I can't really sit for a long time because all of the blood will rush down to my foot. I injured my foot. I sprained my ankle and my toe. And it's getting better, but when the blood rushes all the way down to my foot, then it starts throbbing, and that's no bueno. So, so what I did was I just took some of the papers that I really thought would look well, and I took some paper scraps that I've had from my past hip kits and the current hip kit for June, and I just started cutting them. I didn't care about what size they were. I kind of went off of the size of the photo for the black one, the black and white checkered one. And I didn't even end up using that one as the photo mat. So it didn't really matter what size I cut it down to. I just really wanted to layer the pieces that I felt like went really well with the emoji colors and the bright colors in the photo. So about the photo. Yes, I'm wearing an emoji poop hat. I thought it was awesome, and I almost bought it, but then I realized if I bought it, it would really be to shame my kids when they do something bad, because I would probably make them wear the poop hat if they're acting like a poop. And you know what? It's not good to shame your kids. And as funny as that would be, and it would probably make my kids laugh instead of think about what they've done to be a poop, it's still not a good idea. So I ended up just putting it on and my husband took a picture. I don't know what his deal is lately. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen another picture that he took of me that was just ridiculous. He likes taking these stupid pictures of me, and he never gets any like good ones. Oh my gosh. The last time that I had like a good face-to-face or like single picture of me was when I was pregnant with Abigail. He just takes the pictures that he likes to take, which are me being stupid. I guess that's the best quality that he likes in me. Whatever. They're his pictures. And so what I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm backing some of the layers. So I put the photo up on foam, and then a couple layers down, I peeled back up and I'm putting that on foam too. And that really helps make the layout pop. I feel it gives it a lot of dimension. There's already, you know, the acrylic shapes that I DIY'd, plus I'm using mostly chipboard. I didn't use any ephemera. I used one acetate tag, and then I also used wood buttons and enamel dots. So there's a poop ton of dimension on this layout, and I needed to add more to the picture. Otherwise it would have all looked flat and everything would have been way too high. So I took this tissue paper that I thought would work out, and then I realized, nope, it's just going to look like a giant circus embellishment if I put that in there. So I scratched that, and now I'm going to bring back my mixed media sheet, and I'm going to decide on where I want to place this. This layout didn't take me very long at all. This was a very quick layout, and I really loved just cutting papers and putting it down in layers that looked fun and matched well with the colors. The hard part was figuring out where to put all of my emojis. I ended up making 6 emojis, but only 4 of them I used on this layout. The other ones were kind of like the wah, wah, wah emojis. So I will go ahead and use those in that sort of a layout. Maybe for Project Life they would work, or I might just go ahead and give them to my son. Who knows? He's been asking for some. So now I'm taking these Amy Tangerine thicker chipboard stickers and I'm putting them around the layout, just trying to figure out where everything looks balanced. For me, usually I like to really cluster things in tight to the photo. And this one, all of the embellishments looked like they were kind of floating on the page, but I think what grounded them was the Acritonez that I had done on the background. So I really felt like that grounded everything and didn't make everything feel like it was all floating all over the place. So I'm just moving everything around, really getting an idea of where I want things to go. I want to make sure that my emojis aren't in a line, either vertically or horizontally. I want to make sure that they kind of look scattered. So I'm just kind of placing everything where it's not going to be in a line either vertically or horizontally. And then I'm going to stick down some of the chipboard, and then I used this Pink Fresh Studio acetate tag, and that acetate tag is perfect. It says you don't have to be perfect to be amazing, and I love it because the picture is not perfect. My husband has this thing about taking really ridiculous photos of me, and I don't even remember the last time that I had like a nice picture of me, because he's the one that takes them. I don't like the selfie quality on my phone, so I try to avoid taking pictures with the forward facing flip. I'm hoping to remedy that when my contract on my current phone runs out and I can get a new phone. But I'm going to take some of these Shimmerz thickers, they're foam stickers, phrase stickers from her Little by Little collection, and I'm going to put these hearts down because, you know, there's hearts in emojis. And you know what? I should have titled this layout like hashtag LOL or hashtag something. I wasn't even thinking about it. Have you ever watched the Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake, their hashtag LOL skit? Because every time that I see hashtag LOL, I think of that. It's ridiculous. Go watch it. It's funny. And if you haven't seen it yet, you'll think that it's hilarious. I love stupid comedy like that. And Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake together, their bromance gives me all the heart eyes. I should also just start talking in emojis or hashtags or like texting acronyms, except I don't know them. I actually had to go and Google what SMH means, shaking my head. That it just makes me feel old. So I thought that the top left of my layout was missing a little something. So I put in this chipboard piece that said, "You are pretty great," which I am. I mean, I'm pretty great, I think. And then that bottom left corner needed some more black, but I didn't want it to be overpowering, so that hey, hey thicker was perfect. And now it reads, "Hey, hey, hot mama," because I am. So I took some of this 3D foam tape. I think it's like 3M or Scotch Brand, something like that. You can just pick it up at your local Walmart. I've asked people ask me where I've gotten my rolls before. You can actually get big rolls on Amazon too. But I like the smaller ones. I don't use it enough to run out. I don't know. The only time I get big rolls of anything is if I'm like hoarding for the apocalypse. Because if I run out, I can just go to Walmart or pick it up on my next trip and get some. I don't have a lot of refills of things to put on my layout, like tape or foam or, the things that you would think I would have a lot of, because I would rather spend my money on scrappy supplies instead of scrappy mechanics. I feel, and I'm the same way with my house. Like, I would rather go and get a decorating thing for my house versus fix a leaky faucet. So I've just put down some of these Shimmerz, the Shimmerz mist, and this was my black mist, and it has a gold in it. So when it dried, it was a little bit too gray for me, even though it has like gold shimmers in it. And I end up fixing that by just coming back in with some of my black India ink. But first I'm going to put some enamel dots down. And if I was thinking, I would have put the Emoji Love sequins in. But I wasn't thinking about that right now. I was just thinking I need to get this done because my foot is really starting to hurt. I was actually standing for most of the time just to see how my foot would react to that. It's been probably a week since I heard it. And I did okay, but it was starting to hurt towards the end. Anyway, I'm going to add in some of these Hip Kit Club wood buttons. And if you want to DIY these on your own, I share my personal channel, Create, Craft, Repeat, with my girlfriend, Kira. And she did a tutorial on how to do your own DIY wood buttons. So I will leave that link below as well because it is a fabulous tutorial and one of our most viewed videos besides our scrap room tours. So here I'm bringing in the India ink. I really like how that made the black more bold in certain areas, but I also liked how the splatters looked shimmery in certain areas too. So I like the mix of both. It was good. And then yeah, after that I think I'm done. I don't add anything else. I might go back in and add some Emoji Love sequins because I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, it's Emoji Love week, so why did I not use the Emoji Love sequins? I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to journal down on the bottom left. That's also following the sketch from the Hip Kit Club sketch that I showed you in the beginning. And I said, just me being silly at Cinco de Mayo parade. And then I'm going to date stamp, and I changed the phrase epic, but I totally forgot to change the date. So I stamped it once and I'm like, nope, it's not February, it is May. So then I just stamped over the top of it, and I think it turned out just fine. Anyway, that's it for my layout, you guys. Don't forget to go over to the SpiegelMom Scraps store and get yourself some of these Shimmerz Acritones. I don't know why people are not buying them. I love them. They're self-priming. They dry super fast. They're vibrant colors because they're highly pigmented. It just makes everything so much easier if you're wanting to do a quick layout like this. And don't forget to use my 15% off code when you're checking out. And I hope you guys all have a fabulous Friday and a fabulous weekend. And speaking of hashtags, don't forget to use hashtag SMS or hashtag SpiegelMom Scraps if you're going to join in on this challenge, because it's super fun. I love challenges like this because they stretch you to do something that you wouldn't have done on your own, and then it turns out so much fun. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Bye.